So you're doing all the things. You're digging for trauma, fixing your diet, meditating. Maybe you've even tried breath work or even taking an ice cold plunge, but you still feel stuck. And if you're still dealing with mysterious, debilitating symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, insomnia, dizziness, tremors, shortness of breath, anxiety, heart palpitations, sensitivities, and the list goes on. I know how frustrating this is because, I lived it. I had over 50 chronic symptoms, but I fully recovered using the same tools that I teach here on this channel. So if you're ready to go from barely getting by to actually thriving, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible recover from chronic symptoms. So what if the answer isn't about adding more things to your to-do list? What if it's not about finding the one magic supplement or finally releasing some big, huge trauma? But what if the real problem is that you're unintentionally making the daily mistakes that nobody in the wellness world talks about? These are the hidden traps that are keeping your body locked in a state of alarm. And no matter how much healing work you do, these mistakes can absolutely sabotage your progress and keep you spinning your wheels. So today we're going to expose all 6 of these, and most important, I'm going to give you practical strategies to stop making them so you can finally send a clear signal of safety to your body and actually begin to heal. So first, let's get onto the same page real quick with a quick primer. Think of your nervous system like a car. So it has 2 main modes, the gas pedal and the brake pedal. So the gas pedal is your sympathetic nervous system, and this is the classic fight or flight response, and it's designed for action and survival. So when you sense a threat, whether it's a tiger in the grass or just even an overwhelming email, the system floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart races, your breathing gets shallow, maybe your muscles tension up, and it gets you ready to move. The brake pedal is your parasympathetic state, and this is the rest and digest state. It's what helps you calm down, feel safe, and recover from stress. So in the healthy state, these two, they work together beautifully. So you hit the gas when you need it, and you smoothly apply the brake when the danger is past. But the problem for so many of us is that the foot is basically glued to the gas pedal, and we live in this constant state of high-grade sympathetic activation, and we've already forgotten where the brake pedal even is. This is what leads to chronic symptoms, things like anxiety, fatigue, brain fog, dizziness, shortness of breath, and that lovely feeling of waking up in the middle of the night with the heart palpitations. So the goal of nervous system regulation isn't to rip out the gas pedal. You need it. The goal is to get your driver's license back, to regain the ability to consciously switch between the gas and the brake. So if you can't do that if you're making these 6 mistakes, though. So I want to just go over those and get to the first one real quick because it's the one that I see almost everyone getting wrong. So mistake 1 is you're ignoring your environment and relationships. So many of us, they treat the healing like it's an inside job. So we focus on our thoughts and our feelings and sensations, but we completely ignore the world around us. So this is a massive mistake, ignoring your real ongoing stressors in your environment and relationship. So your nervous system job is to basically scan for cues of safety and danger. So if you were genuinely unsafe or chronically in a stressful situation, your nervous system isn't dysregulated at all. It's doing its job perfectly. And it's correctly identifying a threat or keeping you on high alert. And you can do all the breath work in the world, but if you immediately return to a job where your boss belittles you, or you're at home where you're walking on eggshells around a difficult family member, your system's going to fire back into fight or flight. And really, you can't heal an environment that is making you sick. So it's not about toxic people. It could be your physical space. So if you're living in a home that's constantly cluttered or chaotic, or do you spend the day under harsh fluorescent lights, or do you live near a noisy highway, your nervous system registers all of this as low-grade constant threat. So, here you may have to just get real about your external world. So a good strategy that you can do is grab a piece of paper and make 2 columns, people and places. And under people, list the key relationships in your life. For each person, ask yourself, after an interaction with them, do I feel more calm and energized or more drained and anxious? And this requires some real honesty. And under places, list the environments where you spend most of your time. For each one, ask, does this space feel calming and supportive or chaotic and stressful? So this really isn't about blame at all. It's just about information. And once you see it on paper, you can start making small, manageable changes. So you don't have to quit your job or cut off your family tomorrow because, your nervous system healing responds to small, consistent signals of increased safety. But it's good to bring awareness to this so that you can start making small changes. If a friendship is draining, maybe you could shorten the time and spend, if you spend 2 hours at a dinner, maybe you just want to spend 30 minutes at coffee instead. If work is stressful, maybe you could take a 5-minute break outside or, take a walk outside. And better yet, you could look for a job that makes you happy. So if your home is all cluttered, don't try to become a minimalist overnight. Just clear out one small area, the corner of your desk, the kitchen counter. These small acts of creating external order sends a powerful message to calm down your internal world. So mistake number 2 is just being inconsistent with your routine. A lot of people treat the regulation tools like emergency flares, and they only bust them out when they're in the middle of a panic attack or when they have active hives or if they're in a crash. But the rest of the time, they don't do anything. So this just doesn't work for long-term change because the nervous system learns through safety and predictability, and it thrives on routine. So when your actions are sporadic and unpredictable, your nervous system stays on guard because it never knows what's coming next. So think of it like earning trust with a traumatized rescue animal. You wouldn't just feed it whenever you feel like it. You'd establish a consistent feeding time. You'd take it on a predictable walk time, and you'd provide a calm environment for it. The consistency is what teaches the animal's nervous system that it's finally safe. And your nervous system's no different. So lasting healing doesn't happen in these huge, dramatic breakthroughs. It happens in these small, consistent actions that you take every single day. And consistency is so much more important than intensity. So the solution is to build a simple, non-negotiable daily routine. And the strategy is to create these bookends to your day, like a simple morning and evening ritual. And they don't have to be long and complicated. In fact, the simpler the better. Your morning routine could be this. Before you look at your phone, spend 5 minutes with a cup of tea and look out the window. Then do your round of visualization. And, that's it. Maybe doing this every single morning could start your day with calm intention instead of chaos. Your evening routine, that can that signals time for power down. An hour before bed, dim the lights, read a book, and put your phone away. So, listen to calm music for a few minutes. And a consistent 20 minutes of relaxation is 1,000 times more powerful than a 90-minute meditation once a month. So the daily rhythm and predictability is what builds a deep foundation of safety in your nervous system. Mistake number 3 is digging for trauma too soon. And this one is huge. It's a little controversial. The third mistake is just really jumping into trauma work before your nervous system even has the capacity to handle it. So in the healing world, I've learned there's a lot of pressure to find the root cause, which people often interpret as needing to immediately fix past trauma. They rush into these internal therapies, thinking if they can just face the beast head on, that they'll be free. But here's the danger. If your nervous system's already on high alert, trying to process these big traumas is like trying to learn to swim during a tsunami. It can completely flood your system, overwhelming your ability to cope, and honestly, it can actually re-traumatize you. And it can make your symptoms a lot louder, your ear ringing, dizziness, anxiety, a whole lot worse, and reinforce that terrifying feeling that you are broken beyond repair. And it gives you that victim mentality, and I don't think that's definitely not powerful, and it's not empowering. Just think about it. It's about building a strong foundation. So you want to build your foundation on, it's about getting everything in order and building everything with a solid foundation. So you want to stabilize first, capacity building second, and then if you have space for it, you can work on the trauma processing. So what's the daily strategy? It's doing exactly what we've already been talking about. It's consistently creating a safe environment and sticking to a predictable routine. And these are the building blocks to building your stable foundation. So focus on gentle practices that slowly expand your window of tolerance. And things like, focus on walking in nature, gentle stretching, visualizations, and even grounding exercises. Those are perfect. And you're building stability when everyday life feels a little easier. Maybe you can sit in traffic without fuming. Maybe you can read an email without spiraling for hours. These are all signs that it's working. So only then, when you feel more grounded in your daily life, should you ever consider approaching deep trauma work. And, for me, I personally didn't go dig up trauma. But if you want to, just remember that pacing is everything. Now, building that foundation of safety is absolutely the most important step, but it's often the hardest, and it's easy to feel lost or unsure if you're even doing it right. This is exactly what I teach inside my Recovery System Roadmap program. And when you prioritize, building the foundation, you can make real progress instead of staying stuck in constant frustration. So you build more resilience in your nervous system, which will lead to improved cognition, allowing you to think clearly and concentrate better. Ultimately, you create a space again for joy, relaxation, and connection. So yeah, if this message speaks to you and you're looking for a little extra support, I'd love to invite you to check out our Recovery System program. It's a clear step-by-step system that actually walks you through exactly what to focus on each and every single day so that you can confidently take manageable and intentional steps towards breaking free from those chronic symptoms. And in our program, what we do is we help you overcome these negative thinking patterns that can be keeping you stuck in fight or flight. So if you're like me and you value your time and you want a healing path that's strategic and effective, and if you're ready to calm down the chronic stress response, reduce your symptoms, and start bringing things back that maybe you've been forced to avoid, like eating at your favorite restaurants, exercising without a crash, driving again, traveling, or even going back to work full time, then this program is definitely for you. And when you join, you're going to get 6 months of personalized support inside of a private Facebook group. You can ask unlimited questions. It doesn't matter if you have 1 or 70. They're going to get answered by me and my team. You'll get customized coaching, daily rewiring tools, and all the guidance that you need to finally break free from chronic fatigue and sensitivities. So if you're tired of doing this alone and you're ready for real lasting change, go ahead and book your free discovery call using the link in the description. So like I said, on that call, we'll just create a personalized plan just for you to see if the program is the right fit. If it is, great. We'll talk about moving forward. And if not, then we'll give you clear, actionable steps to move forward. But right now, the spots are limited because we intentionally keep the group small to give you personalized attention. So if you are interested in reclaiming your life and you're ready to break free from chronic symptoms, this is the program for you. Now on to our fourth mistake. Maybe you're reacting poorly to symptoms instead of responding well. So this is the fourth and most critical mistake, is just responding poorly. Think about it. When you feel that, anxiety, that fatigue, or you feel sensitivities come on, you get the symptoms, the brain fog, the fatigue, the pain, the dizziness, the flare up of the ear ringing. Your first instinct is that you want it to go away. You might distract yourself by doom scrolling, force yourself into the breathing exercise. You're in essence treating the symptom like the enemy. So here's why that can keep you stuck. So when you fight a symptom, you're sending a powerful message to your brain that this is dangerous. This sensation is a threat and we're not safe. And then what happens is your brain will try to protect you, and it does the only thing it knows to do. It keeps the alarm blaring. It keeps your foot mashed down on the sympathetic gas pedal. So the very act of reacting with fear to your symptoms is what creates more symptoms. And it's really a cruel paradox, but you're reacting to your own internal state as if it were a predator. So what you should do instead is practice responding well. And I know this is really difficult at first. It's extremely difficult. But this is the master key to signaling safety. And the practical strategy here, the next time a symptom arises, you get that wave of fatigue or the brain fog, I want you to pause, don't fix, don't react. For just 3 to 5 minutes, your job is just to respond differently. And you could sit there quietly and just notice it. And you could even say to yourself, hello, dizziness. It's just a sensation. It feels awful, but I'm safe. And I don't have to do anything about it right now. Or better yet, get curious. Is it a vibration? Is it hot? Is it cold? Does it buzz? Pulse?